Eleyae here from eleyasystems.com, where we build systems that build brands online. And I started this agency because I was just like you. I had an idea, had a dream, had a family, had friends and family all around me, and they had big dreams too, and we had goals. We wanted to see this product take off, and we were struggling. We were trying to figure it out. We had no idea what to do. We were trying to understand all these different things, taking all the courses, reading all the books, reading all the blogs, listening to all the gurus, trying everything, going to seminars, webinars, courses, trainings, 1-day workshops, 3-day workshops, week-long workshops, trying to understand how to do this online marketing thing. And it was difficult. It was tough, and honestly, we struggled. I'll call this one of the hardest things we have ever had to do, was figure out how to do online marketing to sell these products, building an e-commerce brand. And it's crazy to think about, but just 8 years ago, the brand didn't exist. I mean, the numbers are staggering. It still blows me away every day just to think about it. But that's what I'm proud of. What I'm most proud of is how we have helped and learned and struggled and overcome and figured out what we didn't know. It wasn't a money issue building the business. It wasn't a hard work issue building the business. It was a figuring it out building the business. And that was the hardest thing about it. And the knowledge gap is what I bet that's what you're struggling with the most. You got money, revenue's coming in. You got friends and family around you. We had some sales. We had loans, right? We had cashed out our 401ks. We were doing what we could do. But what we couldn't do was learn fast enough. That's what made it take years. We plateaued. It's been 8 years or so, but we plateaued for 3 years, 4 years at the same revenue amount once we reached a certain revenue level, because we just were trying to figure it out. How do you figure out customer acquisition and supply chain? And that's what I started this agency to do, was to show other people how to do the things that it took us years to learn how to do, and just do it for them. To speed up that learning curve, to speed up the process, so you don't have to figure out, spend years going to workshops and courses and gurus and learning, or hiring consultants who come in and just don't really make that big of a difference, but you don't realize that till they've already taken $100,000 worth of your money and have run off and ineffective. So we're here to help. We're here to solve the knowledge gap problem. We're here to implement proven, time-tested strategies that we know are going to work, that have worked with our own brand, that have worked with other agencies. We work with over 50 brands in just the last 2 years, figuring out what works, what doesn't work across industries, across niches, across brands, understanding truly how do you scale a direct-to-consumer, inventory-based e-commerce brand where you're doing your own customer acquisition, bringing your own customers, and you're doing your own supply chain, that whether that's contract manufacturing and third-party logistics, or you have your own manufacturing facility and your own fulfillment center. We help you scale that up. Why did we start Eleyae Systems? Because I wanted to see if we were a one-hit wonder, right? We got a GraceEleyae.com going, did over 25 million bucks in the last 5 years. We've helped over 500,000 people, but wasn't sure if that was it. And it still humbles me to this day. Like, it blows my mind that we were able to figure out the systems that work and use them. Like, how did that happen? Like, I'm so grateful and thankful that it worked. There were a lot of people that needed our help. And one of the things we vowed when we started GE was that if we figure this thing out, we're going to help others. And while we were growing the business, obviously we were running the business, we couldn't help people, and people asked, and we wanted to be able to help them, but we couldn't quite commit because it wasn't our full-time job. And so that's how Eleyae Systems was born. About 2 years ago, GraceEleyae was doing good. The management team is in place. It's running itself. It's growing, which is great. So it took off and started Eleyae Systems. And that's what we do now. We help other folks. We can full-time folks. We've helped over about 50 different brands at this point, just to verify that this is working, that the systems that we figured out are good, because we know what it feels like to be there, to have that pressure. Is this thing going to work? Or can I feed my family off of this? Can I quit my job? We know that pressure, and we know what it feels like to not know what you don't know. Is this system going to work? Are these things that I'm trying going to work? Taking all the courses, you're listening to all the gurus, you're going to the events, right? The seminars, the webinars, all the different things, right? Trying all these different things, trying to figure out, can I make this thing work? How can I make this thing work? Is it going to work? We've been there. We've solved a lot of that, and we've figured out the systems that work. That's why we launched Eleyae Systems, to give e-commerce entrepreneurs, especially bootstrapped e-commerce entrepreneurs trying to make it, trying to figure it out, the keys they need to success. That peace of mind, a good night's sleep. When you go to bed, you know that the systems you've put in place, they work. You're not going to have to struggle to figure out some new tool or some new thing. Peace of mind, comfort, and scale. So what is it we do here? Right? What we do here, in essence, we're a marketing and advertising agency, so we help you make more money. We generate more revenue for your business. Now, how do we do that? Well, there's a simple formula. how do you make more money? When you ask the question, how do I make more money? There's only three ways. You either sell to more customers, you make more on each sale from each customer, or you make more repeat purchases. Those are the three. Two out of those three, making more per order and making more sales to each customer on the back end, we call back end sales, right? The front end is bringing in customers. The back end is repeat purchases and making more per sale. We focus on all three. We help you with the three. The very first thing we do, back end sales, right? Because that's where your profit comes from. On your front end, that's your Facebook ads, that's your paid ads, that's your Google ads, that's Pinterest ads, Snapchat ads, that's all the marketing stuff. That costs money. Facebook and all those folks become your partner. So that's what we save for last. It's expensive. Most of the folks that come to us, their back end isn't dialed in. That's the thing that's missing. And literally it's low hanging fruit. There's money just sitting there waiting. Customers are itching to buy more products for them, but they're not doing back end. Okay, how do we do back end sales? The back end sales part, this is where your email marketing comes in, right? Getting people top of mind, remembering you. Most of the clients that come to us are not emailing their list. They have a list or they have a customer database of people that have purchased from them in the past, and they just don't email because they're concerned. Maybe they don't want to burn out their list. Maybe they don't want to email them too much, or they don't know what to send. They don't know how to send, right? So we just come in, put in a simple process, a normal cadence of emails. We set up your automated emails so that way you can make money while you sleep, right? And we fully maximize your Klaviyo platform, right? So with that, now you're making more from back-end sales, you're selling more products to more customers, and you're getting free revenue. I like to say that email marketing is the closest thing to an ATM machine that we entrepreneurs have. If every time you send out an email, it makes money, it's an ATM machine. Send email out, get money in, right? Second thing we focus on, that's the third part, which is make more from repeat purchases on the back end. Second part is make more per order, average order value. So this is where we focus on your website optimization, right? So looking at your Shopify store, WooCommerce store, BigCommerce, whatever it may be, and looking to see, do you have best practices in place? Your product descriptions, your website flow, the buyer's journey, is that as optimized as it could be? Are you using the right upsells, cross sells, down sells, all the different pop-ups and things that aren't necessarily too intrusive, but are necessary in order for you to either build your email list or to announce to customers what other products they have and to help them make it through that journey. So we have a lot of strategies there to help you with the average order value and your conversion rate. Those two numbers by far are the most important metrics that determine how well your site is converting and making you money. So we work on that too. And once we have your conversion rate, your average order value up, your repeat purchase rate, your revenue from email up, that's when it's time to bring in new customers. Then you're making as much as you possibly can off the back end. You're as profitable as possible. We turn on the Facebook ads. We turn on the YouTube ads. We turn on the Google ads, right? And now the traffic is as optimized as it can be so that you're getting a good return on ad spend and return on investment. Doing this is going to require a ton of creative assets. You're going to need images, photos, videos, and a lot of our clients don't have a lot of that, right? They don't have a production team in-house. They don't have an editing team that can just turn out and pump out content nonstop. So we do that for them, right? We create the creative assets that they need specifically for direct response copy, right? So we don't actually hold the camera and take the images and take the pictures, but when you send us whatever you have, 2-minute video, 3-minute video, 5-minute video, a couple of those, we'll go through your social media. We'll find user-generated content, right? Content that is made by your customers. We'll go through hashtags. We'll go through influencers, the videos that they've produced, and we'll look for all that stuff, find it, and we have 6-7 editors on staff, right? And the team is constantly growing that will sit and edit those videos together specifically for direct response, because there is a difference. What do I mean by direct response video or direct response creative? This is content that drives someone to action. Learn more, click here, do more, buy this, shop now, right? Versus just brand-based gorgeous imagery, which works great on the website. However, we need people to take action off of watching an ad, off of clicking a link to come and buy. So That's the focus. So 3 ways to make more money: generate more traffic, get more per order, and back-end sales. Those are the 3 things we do. Use your Facebook, Google ads to generate more traffic and get more orders. We look at your website, we optimize it to best practices to improve your average order value and your conversion rate. And then we dial in your email marketing so that you're getting the most repeat purchases that you possibly can. And to support all 3 of these, we get creative assets built for you. This is your copy, your images, your videos in a direct response fashion. Who do we help here at Eleyae Systems, right? Yes, we do online marketing and digital marketing, but that is such a broad term and it can encompass so many different types of businesses. So as an agency, it's important for us to really define for you who it is that we help. And so here are the people that we help are inventory-based brands who are selling physical products online that they either make themselves or they private label. What that is basically people who are doing the customer acquisition, basically finding their own customers, and they're doing the supply chain. So doing both sides. Whether you're manufacturing it on your own, storing it in a 3PL and shipping it, or outsourcing your manufacturing to a contract manufacturer and outsourcing to a 3PL. And then on the customer acquisition side, you probably have a Shopify store, you're running your own ads to get traffic, and you're doing your own email marketing to manage the customer relationship. Those are the type of people that we are best suited to help. It's also helpful to describe who we are not as good at helping, right? Not that we can't help them or that these systems don't work for other types of businesses. They're just not as effective. And there's other agencies and other brands that are much more helpful with that. So for example, folks that are not doing customer acquisition. These are the types of online brands who do digital marketing that aren't doing customer acquisition. They're solely doing the supply chain part of stuff. So this is like your Amazon sellers, your Walmart sellers, right? People selling directly into retail, people selling on TV, QVC, HSN. We've tried helping these folks, and while the relationship ended amicably, it's not as helpful because we can't do as much with them because they're selling on a marketplace. And so the customer acquisition side of the things that we do just aren't as effective because they're not in charge of the customer relationship. They don't have the ability to reach out directly and talk with their customers and use a lot of the strategies that we put in place there because they're relying on someone else to handle the customer relationship. So Amazon sellers can't even email their customers, right? Unless they email from the platform directly. So these are different types of brands that are doing primarily the supply chain, the product sourcing, just finding new products and making sure they get shipped from the manufacturer to the distribution center or fulfillment center for the retailer. Okay. On the flip side, there's people that don't do any of the supply chain stuff. They primarily only do the customer acquisition and marketing stuff. So this is like your drop shippers, right? Your affiliate people who are only doing the marketing side of things and selling someone else's product. They're helping them by bringing them customers and figuring out the Facebook ads and the email marketing. And then they let the other person handle all of the shipping, fulfillment, manufacturing, and taking care of all of the supply chain type stuff. Why did we choose them? Why do we choose these folks, inventory-based brands, digitally native, vertically integrated brands? First of all, it's what we have experience with, right? Our retailer, Eleyae.com, we got that doing over $25 million in the last 5 years. And so that's what we're good at. It's what we know. And secondly, is that if you're a founder of one of these brands and you're doing the full, both sides, full supply chain and customer acquisition, you did not get into the business to learn all these systems and do these systems. You got into business to make products that help a customer, solve problems for them. That's what you're really good at. So you want to be making products, you want to be innovating, you want to be building the brand, interacting with customers, talking with them. You do not want to be sitting around doing courses and going to seminars and reading blogs and taking all these different things that we've done. So clients that come to us who are in this scenario, they're like, we don't want to mess around and do all that stuff. You've already done it. Help us with it. So that's not your core zone of genius. And so those systems are what we have figured out. And so that's why we have decided to focus on this niche, right? To help folks in this environment. Because again, there's a ton to figure out. We've spent years understanding and trying out and testing and tweaking all the different systems. Two types of folks that come to us for help that are inventory-based e-commerce brands. The first are the folks who are already crushing it. They're already like, look, we've got the systems in place. We've built the brand. We've got revenue going. We've been growing. We're just not sure if we missed something. right? Because that can happen a lot. Being an entrepreneur is a very lonely environment, and most people don't share information, right? They're not going to share, here's what our business is doing. Let's tell you how we're doing it so you can do the same thing and learn from us. That's the first thing. They don't normally tell you that. And even if they are willing to tell you, their business could be selling completely different products than yours. So you may not be able to really learn from what they're doing, even if they're willing to tell you. So there's a lot of times you're working harder than you need to, right? You haven't figured something out, or you haven't optimized something and it's not as effective as it could be. So that's the first type of people that come to us and help. They're just like, look, we just need some experienced people who've done this before to just take a look. What are we doing? What are we missing? And even if we've got everything in place, is it optimized as well as it can be, right? Because we've worked with over 50 brands. We've seen a lot of different stuff. We've got a vantage point that shows us not only what systems work, but how well they should be working, right? And where you have opportunity to improve, or things you need to fix, because look, everybody else is doing it. Like, you should probably do it too. It's low hanging fruit. It's easy for you. So that's the first type. Then there's the other type that are like, look, I'm getting this going. It's starting to take off a little bit, but I don't know what I don't know. I'm not sure what systems need to be in place to help me with my customer acquisition, to help me with my supply chain. I'm not sure, and I just need a shortcut. I need an answer to the test. I need the knowledge. I don't necessarily need to go hire a bunch of people. I just need someone to come in, just set it up for me. Just get it right. I don't need to go learning and taking courses and going on these. I don't want to become a Facebook ads expert, email marketing expert. I don't want to have to understand everything about Shopify and what it can do for me. I just want you guys to come in and set it all up for me. Can you please do that? Yes, absolutely. We would do that. So those are the two types of people. The people that are literally just like, I just need another set of eyes. And the people who are like, look, I don't want to waste time learning. I just want somebody to set this up for me. And the thing that they both understand and they get from us is they realize we have the systems that allow them to focus on what they're good at, which is making products and serving customers. We can help them put in place the systems that are operational type systems, right? These are systems that apply to any type of brand that is this type of brand, and we're able to plug them in and watch them go from either a 6-figure a year business to a 6-figure a month business, or a 6-figure a month business to a 7-figure a month business. We've seen all those different variations across niches and across industries, and those are the type of people that we love to help. What are the services that we provide here at Eleyae Systems, and what is it that we do to help our clients grow their business and grow their revenue? So our services all follow one specific principle: the fact that there's only 3 ways to generate more revenue in a business. You can either get more sales from existing customers, call those back-end sales or repeat purchases. You can get more revenue per sale every time there's a transaction, or you can get more customers, make more per every single order that a customer makes, or get more customers to order more often, get more orders from existing customers. So that's how we shape what we do here. So in order to help get more revenue from existing customers and have them repeat purchase, reorder, we do a ton of email marketing. Right? So we get all your email marketing dialed in. In order to get more revenue per order, whenever somebody orders, we do a website audit for you, a Shopify optimization. We look into some conversion rate optimization to improve your average order value as well as your conversion rate. So we convert more people as well as raising your average order value, even if the traffic is the same. That helps you get more revenue per order. And then we turn on the faucet, right? The front end traffic. We get more revenue from new customers by implementing paid ad strategies using both Facebook and Google. So this becomes the crux. This forms the Eleyae Systems methodology, the systems that we run in order to help you acquire more customers and do better marketing and advertising as an e-commerce store owner. That's what we do. That's what our methodology is built on. Now, the services that we offer, how we do this. So we split it into 2, right? Some folks come in, they're like, look, we got our back end dialed in. We just need you to help with the front end. So that's your paid ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, right? So we have that, as well as a creative service where we create all the ads. We have editors on standby to take your creative and put them into a direct response format. You know, a lot of creative, sometimes people take the photos or they do it for studio shoots and these different things. It's not really going to drive action on social media. So we have a creative service that we add to that, so that way we can edit the videos that are given to us and the photos and the images and create the type of ads that you need for a Facebook or an Instagram type of platform. So that's the front end service, and that's monthly. That's every single month. We'll manage it. We'll do it. We do all the work for you. It's not necessarily you don't have to lift a finger, right? Then we have our back-end service where it's monthly, where we'll come in and every month we'll optimize your email marketing. We'll dial it in, make sure you're getting that 25% minimum of revenue from email, 25% to 40%. And then we'll also optimize your website for conversions to improve your average order value and increase your conversion rate. So that way you're getting more orders per customer on the same traffic. So back-end service monthly, front-end service monthly, and then we can combine the two into its own package so you have both of them every month that we're running for you so you don't have to lift a finger. Sometimes people are like, look, I don't necessarily need you guys to work on this stuff and do it for me full time. I just need a second set of eyes. Maybe these folks already have a team. They have people who are doing the ads, the front end, the back end, the paid ads, the email, and the website. They have people already running this stuff, but they're like, look, we've grown so fast, our team needs some help. They need another set of eyes to come in and take a look at if we've missed anything or if there's things we could be doing better. So we have an audit and optimization service where we help actually audit and take a look at what's either broken or opportunities to improve, whether it's in your paid ads, your Facebook ads, your Google ads. If you're not doing Google ads, we'll show you exactly how to do it. We'll build out your first set of campaigns, right? We look at your paid ads, we look at your website optimization, what types of systems and tools and apps and programs you could be doing, cross-sells, upsells, downsells, your blogs, your landing pages. We'll identify opportunities there. And then your back end, your email marketing, right? Your repeat purchases, your flows, your automated responders, but also your campaigns, right? Your integrations. We'll check to make sure all of those work. So all your conversion tracking, make sure that everything is dialed in. So you have peace of mind that you've got all the best practices across all three of these different platforms working well. And then all of these things, your Facebook ads, Google ads, website, and your email all need creative. So we'll also add that to the audit. So you'll be able to get some insights on what type of creative do you need in a direct response environment. Is yours working? Is it proper? And then we'll even build for you in all of these areas, especially on the creative side. We have a team of editors on standby that can build out the initial creative so that you can see exactly what it looks like. Direct response ads creative looks like the same ones we're using right now on our clients. We'll build those out for you. I'll build your initial campaigns if need be for your paid ads if you don't have any running already, as well as actually install the apps with you and optimize them, and also build the initial emails as an example and the flows if need be as your part of your initial audit. So those are the services, back end, front end, both, or just an audit and optimization. Why we're different here at Eleyae Systems. First off, we're not marketers. I know we're running a marketing and advertising agency, but we're ops professionals, right? What does that mean? It has to work. All our systems have to be effective, repeatable, and scalable, right? We're not marketers. What I like to say is marketing is my second language. We started out as ops folks, right? I was working at Amazon, working in the military, and in those environments, you can't test your way to success. All your systems have to work, and then they have to scale. They've got to work at multiple locations and with different people running them. They have to grow. They have to constantly scale, right? So that's the approach we bring to the marketing field. All the systems that we run have to be effective. What do you normally hear from marketers, right? Marketers usually, hey, big, hairy, audacious goal. Fake it till you make it. You got to be in it to win it. Hustle hard, hustle hard, right? Big, hairy, audacious goals. Bet big to win big, right? You've got to test your way to success. All these kind of ideas, they work for a lot of people, but that's just not us. It's not who we are, right? When we come into an environment, when we try our own systems, we have to know that they're going to work. The people that we are and the people that we work for, they don't have the luxury to spend money to make money. They're trying to decide between running ads or buying groceries, or trying to pay for this new employee, or maybe take their family on a vacation, right? These are decisions they have to make with the money. They can't just be playing around. So it has to work. So that's why we take the approach we do, because those are the kind of people we want to work with. And those kind of people who work with us is we're not just going to spray and pray and try a bunch of different stuff. We are focused on very specific systems because that's what worked for us, right? We brought that approach to the marketing field. Okay, so when we started our first e-commerce business, Eleyae.com, that we launched all our products, we tried a ton of different things. But when we found the systems that worked, we doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down. Picked the ones that were most effective, the ones that are most repeatable, and the ones that were most scalable. And it worked for that brand. And so the question was, will this work for other brands? So as long as you're E-commerce, brand, inventory-based business, building your own customer acquisition pipeline, and supply chain work. We have found the systems that work. Okay, so we're not marketers, we're ops people running a marketing agency. So that's the first reason why we're different than most other marketing agencies that you could be looking at or that you could be working with. Other reason why Eleyae Systems is different is that we are a one-stop shop of agencies. Most agencies niche down, they focus, right? You have your Facebook ad agency, you have your Google ad agency, you have your email marketing agency, your website optimization agency, right? You have your creative, a whole separate team that does creative. Well, that didn't work for me when I was a founder running an e-commerce business, because guess what happens? If we want to run a promotion, I've got to talk with a Facebook agency, I got to talk with a Google agency, I got to talk with a website agency, I got to talk to all these different people, and it's scattered, right? Maybe I can get them all on a call, maybe I can't. I definitely can't have them in my office every day talking to them and making sure that they're all coordinated. So maybe the Google people got the word on the sale and they got it right, but the Facebook people got the dates wrong, right? Or the email people didn't get the creative, or the creative team hasn't finished yet. And all of these things are out of sync, and you end up kind of herding cats instead of running your business. Wouldn't it be nice to just have one agency where you say, here's a promotion we're going to run, and that's it. All the creative gets made and it's accurate. It gets pushed out to the email channel, to the Facebook channel, to the website properly, and to the Facebook and Google Ads channels. One conversation is all you need to make sure all of those things are aligned. Well, that's what we decided to build. That's how we wanted to do it. Instead of talking to multiple different agencies, I want to talk to one agency that could integrate the strategy. So the third reason that we're different, right? There's a lot of folks that start the agency game to try and become huge. Not me. I wanted to make sure we had something that could help people, right? We want to know as much as possible about the brand and do as many different things as we can for the brand so that every single channel is learning from another, right? So when you have different agencies working on things, they're not necessarily cross-talking. We're one stop, one shop, we're all in-house. So we're able to talk with you and then talk internally. Whatever's working over on email, what subject lines, headlines, copy is working, that can be passed over to the Facebook team. The website team, whatever they're seeing in terms of traffic, that can be pushed over to the Facebook ads team and let them know what's going on. The paid ads team can let the creative team know what type of creative is working, what type of creative we should make next. All that kind of free-flowing information, that doesn't happen when you niche down on one thing, or when you have different agencies working on things. That happens with one agency working on one thing, and it can't happen if we have 300, 400 clients. It can't happen if we have 200 employees. So I will always be boutique. We will always be boutique, and that's our goal. That's who we want to be. That's what we want to be, so that the clients who choose to work with us and we choose to work with get the most success. Our results for you are what are most important to me, and so we can't be big. So that's another thing that makes us different. We're not trying to be big. We're not trying to be a big agency, not trying to scale. We're not trying to be impressive by being large, by having a lot, having many. We're trying to be impressive by our success stories, right? How many people have scaled their business massively, effectively, and repeatably in a scalable way. And the fourth thing that we focus on is your success, right? Our results are your results, right? Many of our clients, our big focus is not actually just on revenue, right? We look at other measurements of success, like, are they able to take vacations with their family? Are they able to take time off? What does this weekend look like? Are you going to be working all weekend again? You should take some time off. If we're able to free your time up to give you more of your life back in your business instead of your business overcoming your life and taking over your life, that is success for us. That's the first thing. Second, your revenue, right? We're focused on your growth, not our own bottom line, right? So even though, yes, you should have more time, you should also be making more money. We're a marketing agency after all. So we help you scale. So our incentives are aligned with your incentives. We're not here to just collect a check, no matter how you do, right? So our focus, we don't have any long-term contracts, right? We don't do any kind of onboarding fees or lock-in periods where you have 12-month minimums or 3-month minimums. We're all month to month here, right? We don't do any kind of breakup fees. So if you decide to leave, all those kind of things. Give us 90-day, 120-day notice. We don't do any of that kind of stuff because that's not the agency I would have wanted when I was a founder, e-commerce founder, hiring agencies. We are going to get burned. That's going to happen. And luckily, that's the exception rather than the rule. The majority of our clients understand what we're doing here. They understand why we're working so hard and keeping the policies we have, because we want you to succeed. It allows us to work with a much broader range of people with varying different budgets who maybe can't afford the big agencies or can't afford multiple different agencies. You can come to one group and we'll make it work for you. We'll come in and we'll align ourselves with you and we'll help you grow to that and help many of our clients get from the 30K to 300K a month mark, doing over 600K a month, right? These are big businesses now. That's what makes us different.